I just want to show you a few things. Doing these platforms, you don't realise how much stuff actually goes onto a platform. And lovely company, I suppose you all know them, Scale Model Scenery. They've come up with line-side cable hangers, and so I bought a pack, and crikey are they small. How they got them to get the cutter on the laser, that is absolutely brilliant. So okay, so I've got them in various spaces along the short platform. I also needed some cable to go on them, so I bought some wire. Now this is small 5mm wire, and the company was a very good company, Spellbound Bead Company. They actually do smaller wire, so if you wanted 3mm or 2.5, you can get that as well. So of course I've got a black one, which is for sort of the cable, shall we say, but then I also got this copper one, which I thought to myself, that's going to look good for the wire that goes along to signals and stuff like that. So the other thing that I bought, again, I bought this originally to do rusty fencing, sort of new galvanized fencing. That's a bit silver, but it does look different in this light. So you've got silver and you've got copper, normal cotton, polyester cotton. So that's a couple of things I've got to try and make the station look a bit interesting. I've started to glue them in, but I'm really not sure if the glue I'm using the Gorilla Glue. I've used Formula 560, and the one I'm going to use next, if this doesn't work, is the Card Glue. So I've done a few along, but I'm not convinced. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, I've had to anchor everything at this end and stretch it as far as I can, and then loop it in. Now the top line's not very good. That was the first one that went wrong, but definitely if you stretch it from one end to the other and then loop them in and then cover them in the Card Rocket Glue, and that's okay. Now at this end, I just haven't glued that one in at all yet. I'm just waiting for this to set, and so I've got the top two lines are black, then I've got a copper line, and then I've got the cotton thread line. So all in all, from what I'm looking at, it looks quite good, but it's not picking up on the video very well. At last I've glued in this small platform there after putting all the wires on it, and when I get to this end, then the wires, what are you going to do with the wires? So all I've done, I've got some of the paving that I had just on this strip here. So I had the old paving, I just cut it down thinner than what it was, stuck it to cardboard, and eventually that will go in there right up tight, and that will be like a bit of trunking to take the wires away. You might recognise this as a straightforward footbridge, but I've adapted it because it wasn't it was too wide, so for my small platform I've had to cut it down. And what I've also done, because it's number one, it's too wide, it's also too tall, because it's supposed to be flat on the base, not on a platform. So just to make it look completely different, I'll put a couple of girders across and put the smoke deflectors on. I've added some side supports just there, if you can just see those on both sides, and that's my adapted footbridge. Because I'm modelling in 1947, then obviously the damage, there was a shrapnel effect, and there was a big bomb went off on the top of the hill, and the shrapnel came down and blasted the whole thing apart. So this particular footbridge is made up of several bits and pieces of other slightly damaged footbridges from the war. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put some glue down by the edge of the platform, and I'm going to brush it on all the way along, and then with my trusty bent teaspoon I'm going to put some of the ballast down up against the platform edge. Well, as you can see, I've now put all the ballast down inside there. I'll put a bit of sort of green grass with it as I was putting it down, but can you see here all the green? That's because moisture got into the cardboard and changed the shape, the colour of the printed stuff. Now just here, if you can just make out, there was not that much moisture, so the colour has not changed. You may not believe what you're looking at here, but I've strung the wires along my platform on those titchy little things, and the only way I could do it, I put a screw in the baseboard and I've tied the wires to it. Now when I've got to gluing them, I put a little bit of card glue, rocket card glue, and with a very small brush I've just brushed it into the areas, and sure enough we come up to this end, and once again there we are, we're all screwed in. So now we've got a bit of tension. Made some mistakes, and the mistake I made is not necessarily this one, but when you actually glue them on, if you do this, then have them exactly the same height, either from the bottom or down from the top of the platform. It does make a difference.